Welcome back to another video, guys. In today's video, I am going to be turning a umbrella into a goddess. Now, I know this is another wacky video, you could say. I don't know how to describe this other than I opened Pinterest and for whatever random reason, there was an umbrella there, and I was like, well, I'm already on this trend of making things into art, so I might as well add this into the catalog. This video is the result of me turning that umbrella into a goddess. I do hope you enjoy. I do apologize in advance for the fact that my recording stopped before I could show you guys my coloring process and a little bit of the shading process. I do apologize for that. I hope you can still enjoy the video. Now, getting into this, I was a little unsure what to do with the pose. I know in my head, I always have an idea before I started drawing. In my head, I had this idea of her standing in front of a light because she's an umbrella, which I know umbrellas shade the rain, but this umbrella looked like it was made to shade the sun, because I mean both have been and will be used for that purpose, and I had that idea in mind, but I wasn't entirely sure how I was going to execute that, so the pose was a little bit tricky. I was sketching her out, but eventually I got the pose figured out, and I also made the decision while drawing to give her wings to act as like the umbrella part that blocks the sun or rain in a way. And I thought that would just be a really cool thing to draw. I first start off with her face, with her expression being like a little evil in a way, I guess, or just like not happy, I guess. I'm not really sure what you would call this expression. I wasn't sure what to do with the eyes for a moment there, but I figured it out. The hair, I went through a plethora of different ideas because I wanted it to be interesting and I wanted it to be shaped like I didn't want to give her a bowl cut. I was rearing off into that direction. I wanted to give it like the shape of the umbrella because the umbrella is on the top and so is the hair on her head. So I went through a couple ideas and I'm pretty satisfied with the one that I ended up doing. I think it's pretty unique. I've never drawn a hairstyle like this before, but I really think that this one is pretty different and unique. Moving forward, I draw out the outfit, and it was also a bit of a process. I wasn't entirely sure what I wanted to go. I know I wanted to go with the like U shape of the cloth between the spikes on the umbrella. I don't know umbrella anatomy that well, but I'll probably show you the picture so you know what it looks like. I wanted to keep that motif somewhere in there, so I went through a couple of different designs as far as her outfit goes, but I think the one that I ended up with as far as the top part going, I think it's pretty cool. And the umbrella is a little difficult. It's hard to tell with the lace what the pattern is for the lace, so I was gonna do hearts at first, but then I realized I'm trying to make her like an evil kind of character, so I ended up changing that and distorting the hearts a little bit to have a bit of a more random pattern. Now, the legs, I knew she had to have a skirt on because, I mean, it's an umbrella. Umbrella's kind of shaped like a very wide skirt in a way. Not really, but, so I wanted to give her a skirt or a dress. I'm not really sure what you would call it. But I wanted it to be see-through just like the umbrella. And I also gave parts of it that lace pattern, and I think her overall outfit is very unique in a way itself, and I really like her outfit. And I'm not saying that for the plot. And if you know what that means, you know what that means. I'm not saying that simply for the plot of it. I'm saying it because I think it's really cool and I've never seen anything like it. But that could also just mean I haven't ventured far enough to find something like it. But yeah, originally I was just going to have her hands by her side and she was just kind of standing there, but I thought that was pretty boring, so I decided to have her hand just like, just up doing something just so that it's just not sitting there doing nothing. I gave her some nails. I also decided to give her this like glove that only covers her middle finger and her ring finger. And those two fingers for no particular reason. I just thought it looked cool and I didn't want her hands to just be a hand, I suppose. I don't know, I think that was more of like an impulsive design idea, but I think it looks really cool and I hope you guys agree. And then I would go into the shoes, and once again, this is the fun, not the fun, but like the stressful part for me because I'm not very good at feet. But I don't know. I think I'm getting better, and it's becoming a little bit more easy for me. I drew her in heels, and these heels have like a lacing on them, which I've never seen laced heels, so I think that's pretty new. But once again, maybe I just haven't ventured far enough. I saw these heels on Google, and I thought I'm going to try to do that with this part of the umbrella, but I kind of did it differently than in the picture. But that's what the cloth is coming out of the shoe is supposed to somewhat be resembling. And then I move on to the wings, and I don't draw animals well enough or any type of wings to be very good at it. So this took me a very long time to do a good job of. But I would eventually do it, and I decided to put some lace on her wings. Well, not the lace. Really, it's just more like a band of cloth, and I don't know if that would be very aerodynamic. It's mostly just for stylistic points and because it looks different. And just, to be original, And I also ended up changing the shape of our left wing before I finished because I thought that it looked a little funny and I wanted it to be shaped a little differently. But at this point, the recording stopped, unfortunately, so I had to so I just moved on, and you're going to be seeing the final product right now. This is the final product. If any of my drawings were going to be recorded, I don't think this one is the most detrimental, simply because I think her color palette was going to be pretty straightforward, considering it's an all black lamp with lace and stuff. But yeah, I am a little disappointed that with all the shading and the darkness, you can't really see her hair. I might draw her again, maybe a little closer up, just so you can see more of the details that I care about, or just in light, because although this is supposed to be a more dramatic piece, I feel like I'm hiding all of her best features. And yeah, I like her. I really do like her design a lot. And although it might look like it, her wings are not white. It's just, I didn't want them to be entirely black so you could see all the feathers, and I obviously couldn't make them white because the umbrella doesn't have any white on it. But it looks really white because of the light behind her, and I wanted the light to be bouncing off or highlighted on the wings, so it looks like they're white. Really, they're just a really dark gray. But overall, I think this is my second favorite character I've drawn in this character design series that I've had going on. And I know she doesn't really look like a goddess. Or when I say that, I mean like a good guy. She looks more like an evil guy. And really, my only story for that is that maybe she blocks out the sun and rain from like worlds or just areas. And although that might sound like a good thing, she does it for a very long time, like for years, and it causes droughts and lack of melatonin or melanin, one of the two, and it just starts making people go mad and starving because they haven't been able to grow food and stuff like that. So it's just, she brings hard times on people. It looks like a good thing at first with the wings and all of that, but really she's a bad thing overall for land and whatnot. That's my little short story of her. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed drawing her, and I hope you enjoyed hearing me talk about her as I draw her myself. I hope you're having a good New Year's. I originally had the idea of making a firework character for New Year's, but I just could not think of a way of making that work. If you guys have any ideas in mind that could make that work in a way, I might revisit that idea. But yeah, I hope, well, it's New Year's Eve when I'm posting this video, but I hope you all have a very good New Year's. Probably, if I continue this trend of uploading, have a video out for you guys the day after New Year's. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like this video, please. It's the least you could do. Comment and subscribe and just share it with anyone who's interested in art. Or don't. And the fact that you watched the video is good enough for me. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Goodbye.